a business coach, I'm like, if this is not your zone of genius, hire someone like you. This is your zone of genius. And you do it like getting up in the morning and brushing your teeth. It's natural. It's automatic. This is what you do. So we want to hire somebody like you to do this SEO optimization so that you get the best and you understand it. But I will always say this, and you'll appreciate this, Brandon, is you need to understand why Brandon is doing what Brandon's recommending and why the process is the way it is. But let Brandon do his magic so that you could really optimize your website and explode it, right? Am I right on that?
Yep, that is what I do, is make sure that Google trusts you and gets you to rank at the top.
Yeah, exactly. And one of the jobs that you have, which is the hardest yet easiest is because we'll know right away if you did a good job because your ranking will start to go up, and then boom, you're there. I mean, it doesn't happen overnight, right? What is the momentum? Because I know on marketing, momentum is usually 6 months to 8 months. You'll really see a difference. Around 6 to 8 months is that yummy spot. Where is the momentum on SEO? It's not right away.
Well, it's kind of similar to that, but also it just depends on how big your website is versus the competitors, or really how many backlinks you have versus your competitors, because it all comes down to these backlinks. The more backlinks you have from quality sites, the more trust Google's going to give to you and the higher they're going to rank you. So let's say your competitors have 1,000 backlinks and you're a brand new website starting out with 0 backlinks. It's probably going to take at least a year or more, just because Google doesn't trust a new website, versus if you're a website that's been around for a few years and you have some backlinks, and let's say you have like a couple hundred backlinks and your competitors have 1,000 backlinks, then probably take maybe about 6 months, because there's a big difference right there. But it all comes down to the backlinks. Really, the more backlinks you have, the higher you're going to rank, or the more trust Google's going to give to you.
Yeah, which makes perfect sense. You're just re-explain the backlinks.
So backlink is just a clickable link from another website that points to yours. So anywhere that you're on the internet and you're reading something and it mentions your company name and you click on it and it goes to your website, then it'd be a backlink. So like if you're reading an article on Huffington Post and it says your name and you click on it and it goes to your website, then Huffington Post would be giving you a backlink.
So that's why a lot of people do affiliates. So if I am affiliate to somebody else, every time I go there, I also get a backlink advantage, right?
For the most part, I mean, Google says, well, it gets kind of technical, but there's all these little codes that you can add on a link saying, don't count this backlink for SEO. It's an affiliate link, or all these other things. So affiliate links don't really count for SEO. I mean, sometimes they do, but most of the times the way it's set up, they're not going to count for SEO purposes, because Google knows that you're just gaming the system and they want you to earn these backlinks. They don't want you to just be like, here's an affiliate program, and then everyone just throws a link up there. That's not what Google wants. They want you to work.
How about my linking to other trusted service providers that I have? Like, I work with other coaches and I work with other services that are not in, because I try to keep my clients in their zone of genius. So someone like you, if I put your company up there and link to your site because I want my clients to use it, does that count as a backlink? Or does it?
Me, yeah.
For you, yeah.
You'd be giving me a backlink. So the more third-party sites that mention me, the higher I'm going to rank. So as long as there's another website that talks about you, that would be a backlink. If you're just posting a link on your website to your website, that's not a back, or to someone else, you're just giving someone else a backlink. Like what you just mentioned is you're going to be helping me out. But
I don't mind helping you out if you help me out. Backlink to me, my friend. Backlink to me. I love that. You talk about, competitor analysis and stuff like that. Online competitors, not brick and mortar competitors, because it definitely is different. That doesn't contribute to our SEO, whether it's real or not. If we have competitors, I don't believe in competition, because I believe who we're supposed to serve, we serve. But what are the techniques for competitor analysis if I were to make a silly idea and do it myself and not hire you?
Yeah, the best is just go to Google, search for your keywords, see who's on that first page of Google, and make note of those websites, because if they're on that first page of Google, that's your competition online. So if you're a restaurant, you might have a bunch of restaurants in your city, but that's all offline. If none of them rank on Google, that's not your competitor online. So online and offline is different. So if you're a restaurant, you definitely want to make sure you target your offline competitors offline, but online, you want to make sure If Yelp's ranking for your keywords, that is your competitor, even though they're not a restaurant. If Yelp's ranking for restaurant near me, that technically is your competitor online, and you got to figure out what have they done and how can I do a better job of it.
Yeah, I like looking at competitors as an opportunity for me not to spend marketing dollars because they've already done it. So if we look at what they've done and we emulate that, we can actually equal or surpass them by just utilizing their marketing dollars. It's an old marketing trick from years ago when I was in like old school marketing where we didn't have online digital. We used to do that all the time, is see what they were doing and emulate it and just follow behind them. And we were picking up the breadcrumbs, but their breadcrumbs are so humongous. They don't miss it. And it gives us a huge amount of sales. So kind of like the same idea, but in digital world, it's a lot tweakier. How I want to say, first of all, thank you so much for being here today, Brandon. We want to continue the conversation about keywords and things like that. We're going to take a short little break, come back, speak with Brandon Leibowitz from SEO Optimizers.com so we can get more yummy information about how to really optimize our websites, personal blogging, and or business. So we'll be right back. Welcome back to Healthy Lifestyle with Lorianne. I am Coach Lorianne. If you would like to be a guest or lift up your business, product or not-for-product, or if you have a question or comment, we would love to hear from you. Email us at healthylifestylewithla@gmail.com. Again, healthylifestylewithla@gmail.com. We would love to be able to have a conversation with you. We answer every single email personally. So give us a shout out. We're going to welcome you back today. Today, we're speaking to you with Brandon Leibowitz from SEO Optimizers. He really, really is a fast talking LA guy. We just had a conversation on the break wondering if he was from New York. His parents are, but is from LA and unbelievably brilliant at SEO. So again, we want to stay in our zone of genius. This is Brandon's zone of genius. Brandon, when we were talking, and thank you again for coming back, we were talking about keywords, our competitor analysis, things like that. Let's just elevate this back to 50,000 feet. What are the benefits of SEO? We hear SEO, you got to optimize, blah, blah, blah. What are the benefits? Why do we do this?
The main benefit is just tapping into free traffic. So SEO is search engine optimization. And when you're searching on different search engines, whatever platform it may be, like Google or Bing or Amazon or anywhere where you could search, there's usually ads at the top. Those are all paid ads, but right below the ads are the free organic listings. And SEO is just giving you that free traffic so you don't have to spend money on paid ads and you could still rank when people search for your keywords and just capture that free traffic essentially.
Now, do you think, and I might be an albatross, but I don't typically use the ones that are ads. I don't do the pay for ads people. I usually scroll down until I find the not ads. Do you think a lot of people use those first people in the ads, or do you think it's even? Do you have a way of looking at that?
I feel like it's more accidental clicks. So people just don't realize they're ads, and Google changes the word ad to sponsored or moves it around. So it's not always the same. But I feel like most people try to avoid the ads if they know it's an advertisement, but every once in a while you don't realize it, click on it, and you think it's organic, especially like something like Yelp, where you search on Yelp, they'll have like 10 ads at the top. So it makes it really tricky where you think you're clicking on the organic, but it's just a long list of ads. And then finally you get to the organic. So they hide them. Different platforms hide them better than others. Yeah. So people definitely click on them, but it's just most people, if they knew it was an advertisement, probably would avoid it. So they try to blend it in and trick us.
Yeah. But on Google right now, they do say ad. And I think they need to be transparent like that it's an ad. That's why they're there. It's not that they're best of, because the presumption, I believe, is these are the best people because they're up there. They've done it longer because they're up on that first page. And it really isn't. It's SEO combined with experience, combined with, whether or not they pay for an ad or not. So I would just make sure that you're really cognitive of the decisions that you're making when you're utilizing that first page. I honestly, do you think a lot of people go to page 2? Because I don't think I ever do.
Depends too. If it's like a really specific keyword and they're looking for some model number of a product that they can't find, then they'll go down there. But yeah, most people kind of stick on page one for the most part. But some people, depending on how specific it is, it can go page 2, 3, 4, 5, but it doesn't go too far. Usually 2 is like the furthest most people go, page 2.
And that's another benefit of SEO. SEO helps you get to that first page. That should be the goal, is get yourself seen, get yourself out of the, what I call invisible state of a website where you have to know the URL in order for you to find the services. I know in the service industry, people aren't going to page 2. I'll tell you that right now. They're going to look at who shows up on page 1. And so you want it to be you, right? How long does it take for SEO to start working? I know we said it could be anywhere from 6 to 8 months, could be a year. Typically, what do you see?
Yeah, about 6 months on average, or sometimes it could be shorter, sometimes it could be quicker, but it just depends on how much trust this website has existing to it. So if, like, for example, I worked with one company that they've been around for like 20 years, but they didn't do much SEO to their website. Google couldn't read the website because they had it in some weird format that was blocking Google from a lot of pages. So once we cleaned up the website and made it more friendly for Google to read and crawl and understand what the keywords are on that page, they pretty much just shot up right away within like a month or two. So it really depends, but that's a rare case where they've been around for like 20 plus years. So they've had all this trust built up. So it's all about trust. Yeah. The more trust Google gives to you, the faster you're going to get those rankings. So if you're a brand new website, Google's not going to trust you. If you've been around for a few years, Google will trust you a little bit more. If you've been around for like 5, 10 years and you have some good quality backlinks, Google's going to trust you much more. So making little changes will have a faster impact on those rankings. Whereas a brand new website, it's going to take, unfortunately, months to get those rankings. Unless it's something really niche and there's no competition, then it'll move up right away, because the more competitive also those keywords are, the more time it's going to take. Like if you're just selling something really broad and generic, like t-shirts, it's going to take probably years to rank for that, because you're competing with big corporations.
Yeah. And that's why books are really hard to sell, because there's so many books. So you have to be very, very niche on that. And there are certain like oversweeping items. But if you're very niche, like if you were an aardvark walker, you'd probably go right up to page 1. Because I don't know anybody who walks aardvark. So that would be a really good business to get into, just saying. The other thing that I wanted to talk to you about, and again, I don't advise clients to do this at all, is a lot of people, they'll take their websites down and then put a new website up. And I'm like, why would you do that? You have all this SEO, you have all this traffic, you have some trust there. Why would you do that? What are the best practices? I have a current website. I'm changing to a different domain name, but I have these people who are following me here. What's the best protocol for someone to do? Best practices, but definitely don't take down your site.
Yeah, best practice is not changing the URL, because changing your URL makes it a whole brand new website. But if you do need to change the URL, then it's tough to keep your old one, because the old one has SEO value and you have to keep that forever, essentially. And what you have to do is, it's called a 301 redirect. So you're redirecting the traffic from the old one to the new one. So for example, if you go to books.com, it's not going to go to books.com. It actually takes you to barnesandnoble.com. So Barnes and Noble bought books.com, but they don't really want you to go to books.com. They want you to go to barnesandnoble.com. They just know so many people type in the search bar books.com that's a good URL for them to buy, but they 301 redirect it. So instead of going to books.com, it 301 redirects them to Barnes and Noble. So you have to 301 redirect your old URL to the new one, and that preserves some of the SEO value. In the past, you would pretty much get almost all the SEO value. And that was like actually a pretty good trick, and still is a good trick to this day, is if you know your competitors are going out of business, buy their domain names, because that domain name has SEO value. And if you could buy that domain name and 301 redirect it to your website, you're maybe going to get like 40% of the SEO value. Not going to get all of it, but you get a lot of what's called the backlinks. You're going to get a lot of those backlinks that are now attributed to your website. So that's going to be huge. If you could find old competitors, it's tough, but there's websites that just sell expired domains, or you could go like GoDaddy auctions and see if your competitors are going out of business. And if they are, grab those domain names, because they don't care about it. And if you could grab it, 301 redirect it, that's going to pass on that SEO value. So that's what you have to do if you're rebranding yourself and getting a whole new domain name. 301 redirect that old one to the new one. That way you don't lose it. And you have to keep that domain forever. You don't want to ever drop it, because that has backlinks. Unless that domain doesn't have any SEO value, which you could check using those tools that